of the word leader, our minds often visit the likes of Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, or even Martin Luther King Jr. Anything in common? Leaders with global recognition, high positions, and powers. If I may ask, what makes them leaders? Are you a leader? If so, why do you consider yourself one? Or are you amongst the kind that believe leaders are those people who have their faces painted everywhere for their jolly good deeds? Therefore, you don't consider yourself one? We humans make leadership look like something beyond us. Like we can't categorize ourselves leaders because it requires certain levels of arrogance or over humility. It's either we do not consider the feelings, the rights, or the lives of our people, or we paint ourselves to be oh so righteous to the public eye. Is this leadership? Those leaders we mentioned earlier, they've accomplished things only 1 in a million can. And this is why we term them leaders. This mentality makes us devalue the things we do every day that can make us be considered as leaders. We've convinced ourselves that those 1 in a million accomplishments are the only things worth celebrating. If only we believe that we too are able to transform the life of others as good as, if not better than these leaders have. Everyone is a leader, irrespective of where you're coming from. Believe it or not, but you were born a leader. And all you need is for realization to kick in order to move forward. So let's delve in deeper, as leaders without titles can be found everywhere. Let's take myself, for example. At a very young age, I had already been termed bossy. Not because I liked being over-controlling. It was simply because I liked planning, organizing, scheduling, planning out schemes and watching them play out in real life as according to plan. And obviously, to be able to carry out the schemes, I needed assistance. At that time, I just didn't realize that my form of leadership was ineffective, harsh, and demanding. If only 8-year-old me knew that leading without a title existed, maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't have earned the names that secretly follow her till this day. Presently, I have to give up petty leadership roles like group leader or project leader and etc., etc. Because I don't want people to mistake me for the 8-year-old Emmanuella who wouldn't spare any opportunity for anyone. She wanted everything to herself. So how do we lead and avoid such mistakes? Late last year, I had a physics group project in which my physics group teacher was assigning out leaders for each group. I wasn't selected. So I thought, oh, as a group member, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to listen, obey, pay attention to my group leader. That was till I turned to the left and saw my friend Shamira. She wasn't the group leader either, but she was definitely playing the role of one. I mean, no one had to tell you. She led, yet she did it in such a discreet manner. She gave herself no name as not to upset the group leader, but yet she was still able to carry everyone along in order to get the work done. So I decided to try this too, and to my surprise, it worked. I was able to lead everyone, not too much, but just enough to get the work done. And that's when I realized that true leaders don't give themselves names. They don't impose themselves on others or try to control others. Rather, they're more concerned on what needs to be done. On another particular day, I had free time, so I calmly waltzed into class and noticed a lot of friendly gatherings. Everyone was chit-chatting, talking to their friends, enjoying themselves, and it was really nice. But to my horror, my classroom was disorganized. I felt very uncomfortable. Meanwhile, the class head, Sarah, she is my friend. And rather than calling her to do her job, I decided to take it upon myself to clean up everything. The chairs, the tables, the bags, the water, I mean, you name it. I cleaned up everything in that classroom. Just for me to come back merely 30 minutes later to meet the class as disorganized as it was before I had arranged it. I was upset. I mean, if you were in my situation, what would you have done? But I just calmly laughed and walked to my seat, preparing for the next class. Many would think that that would be the end of me organizing my classroom. But no, I still organized it. Because leaders do not let the thoughts of stress or unappeasing outcomes override their main goal. What is in the mind of a leader is what needs to be done right here, right now, and how can I do it? Currently, my classmates have adjusted, and now they're trying to pick up after themselves. Well, a little bit. So yes, I did make a positive change to my classroom. Shamira did teach me a few lessons. I did learn how to work in group projects. So leading isn't about titles. In my little years of life, I've come to observe that the true leaders, the ones who connected with others the most, the ones who were blessings to others, had three major things in common. They were without a title. They were themselves, the best version of themselves. They never let the thoughts of imitation come over them. And even when they did, they were able to quickly bounce back and tell themselves, Emmanuella, I am enough, and I can lead, and I can do this. And lastly, they never let the thought of controlling others override their main goal. So how do we lead? Start from that classroom, that home, that business. Turn every moment to a one where you can lead someone, impact their lives positively. And remember what needs to be done right here, right now, and how can I do it? Thank you.